Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Yesterday we crossed the border into Canada and then we drove up to Niagara on the lake and checked that out for a little bit, and then we came here to where we are now, St. Catharines. We've been enjoying being on the water. Last night we had a great spot right on the inlet, and then this morning we needed to go in search of bathrooms, so we drove over to a little park here on the other side of the inlet, Lakeside Park, and we're going to spend a little bit of time here. It's paid parking, so we're not going to stay too long, but we're going to enjoy the beach, maybe go for a swim, and then keep exploring Ontario. So here we are, a very popular park. Lots of cars here already. Steve paid for parking and went to find a spot on the beach, so I'm going to go look for him. Fun fact, there's a song by the band Rush called Lakeside Park that was inspired by childhood and teenage memories of band member Neil Peart here at this park. I found him. What you doing?
Oh, just chilling by the beach, watching some volleyball.
You like to watch volleyball. Water is a great temperature. Feels really nice.
All right, now that I've had my van life shower, we're gonna pack up, gonna refill our bottles. There's a bottle refill station just near the side of this snack shop. And then we're gonna go back to our original overnight spot, hopefully catch open parking spot and make some lunch, chill out for a little bit.
Then we're gonna figure out what to do next. That was definitely the popular park in the area. As we were leaving, a local stepped into the spot and was saving it for someone trying to come in, and she said we could probably sell the spot, which we had actually joked about earlier. And apparently the locals call this Port. It's Port
Dalhousie?
Yeah, it's Port Dalhousie, but they call it Port. And it's a pretty cute little area. I might be in the shade.
Ooh, yeah, there's a big one.
Mm-hmm. We're back at our overnight spot, and there are plenty of spots, which is nice. I thought for sure it'd be full because of how busy it is around here, but it must be that a lot of people don't know about this. So we're gonna make some lunch and enjoy the water. And get the shady spot.
Yep.
Well, I would say this isn't too shabby of a lunch spot. Are you checking things out? Huh? It's an interesting world out there, isn't it, Kitty?
Well, unfortunately, the rain clouds have rolled in, starting to rain, so we got to bring the show inside.
We actually haven't gone very far today. We were going to go explore some other things and decided just to relax and hang out here at the spot, and it's been really nice. Like we mentioned before, we've been trying to slow our pace down, and I think we're doing a good job of that. Our leftovers from last night.
Speaking of slowing down a little bit, one of the nice things of us being in Canada, both of our phones aren't the best. We have data and cell and text coverage, just not a lot of it. So we've been being mindful of that. We set our phones on airplane mode for a lot of the time. So not only are we slowing down, but we are slightly off the grid. And it's been nice just to kind of slow down and check out for only, a couple days now, but been nice.
So that's probably the area where we're least prepared for Canada. That's our phone coverage. I have Visible, and initially I thought I had better coverage here in Canada, and then realized I don't have the plan that does. So the option I had was what's called a global pass. And if I do that, it's $5 a day. So we did do that yesterday coming into the country, so I had unlimited everything, but that ended this morning. So Steve on his phone has a very limited amount, and so we've been trying to use that. But actually here in this spot, we don't have any data. We've only been able to text. So that's something we got to figure out for the future. So Visible is what I have, and that's a great phone plan for only $25 a month. But if we come back into Canada, we're going to have to look into some other options. We talk about how we like to save money, and this meal is one example. We bought the meat that came with some onions and peppers in a pack at Aldi, and it was around $6, which is a little more than we like to pay for a little package like that of meat. But we mixed it with some zucchini and rice, and it made us 2 meals. So for less than $4 a day, we have dinner. Time to put new sheets on the bed. So, Steve's like a squirrel back here and has tons of things he keeps tucked on the bed. Thought I got everything, but there's a tablet. So I have to take all of that out before I put the sheets on, and then I'll have to put it all back. For those who may not have seen this before, we actually found smaller pillows that are more for decorative and turned them into our sleeping pillows. And I made special pillowcases. I took regular pillowcases and did a really easy sew job to get them to fit our smaller pillowcases, so then they fit better under here and don't take up as much space. So Steve's got these little guys. I've got a big one and then this little one. It just fits a lot better. So, in addition to Steve having little cubbies on the wall, these are the things that he has squirreled away, tucked in between the wall and the mattress. He's got his DVD holders, all these DVDs. He watches on his DVD player. He's got a book that he may or may not ever read. He has an alarm clock that he uses to listen to the radio every once in a great while. And he's got his tablet that unfortunately, after the first time of using it, the sound stopped working. So it just sits there not being used. So that's what he keeps tucked away, squirreled away over there.
Trust me, it pales in comparison to what she's got squirreled away on her side of the bed. She's got an entire shelf to work with.
Come on now, you don't have to tell all my secrets. I do have quite a bit of stuff over here though. Yesterday we ended up spending the whole day at Port Dalhousie. We just really loved that spot. It was a great place to boondock and to hang out. We saw another beautiful sunset, and then this morning we spent a little bit of time there, had some breakfast, talked to some locals, and then we headed to Planet Fitness, and now we're at the library. Steve's inside editing. I came out to get a bite to eat for lunch. And you guys want to see something funny? You know Steve does laundry at Planet Fitness. This is how things look right now. Yes, those are Steve's underwear, or delicates as he calls them, hanging on our rearview mirror. Socks are here. He's also got a t-shirt hanging outside off the side mirror. Silly Steve. Yeah. What are you doing, huh? What are you doing?
So one of the awesome things about van life is just spectacular views you get to see. And today is no exception. Check out that view. I mean, just look at all the asphalt.
have shifted our scenic location less than a kilometer. See what I did there? We're now at Canadian Tire, taking advantage of the free Wi-Fi, figuring out what we're going to do next. So yesterday, we didn't end up doing any sightseeing. We spent the whole day at the library, which is something that does happen a lot. Depends on what kind of work we have to get done. We ended up staying longer than we thought. Then we drove about an hour away to see our friends Eula and Alex. We drove up along the west side of Lake Ontario. And if you've ever wondered what it might look like when we're driving for longer distances, well, here's a little look at what was caught on our Van-True dash cam. We're glad to have the dash cam for capturing our travels, especially in the case that we were to have an accident or other issue. And sometimes it's just good for capturing our day-to-day moments on the road. We had a great time with Eula and Alex, sharing a meal together and catching up with them. They are some of the first people we met that do van life, and they had us over for dinner. That was really nice. We wanted to say thank you to Eula and Alex. And now today, we're trying to map out our plans. We know we need to get back to Ithaca to be with my family, so we're just trying to figure some things out, see what's going to be next. We actually used up the data on Steve's phone, I guess, for what he has for Canada today. So we're using the Wi-Fi here. We might have to activate my plan a little bit later. We'll see.
Canadian Tire. And Garden Century?
Well, we put our minds together.
Together we have 1.5.
1.5.
1/2.
Our mastermind. We have formulated a little bit of a game plan. Thank you, Canadian Tire, for the Wi-Fi and the washrooms. I find it funny what we call bathrooms. Here in Canada, it's washrooms, as if that's all we're doing. Makes it sound prettier. And in the US, it's restrooms. Do we really rest while we're in there? I guess maybe, but...
I do. I take a solid nap when I'm in there.
Anyway, I digress. We're on our way to see another waterfall. Here we go. In many ways, this is the beauty of van life. It's like a choose your own adventure. A lot of times, we just wing it. We took a detour of about 20 minutes on some back roads to check out Swayze Falls. Should be, I think, a 10-minute hike to the falls. Is that right?
I hope. Hope it's no more than 10 minutes.
I think it's 10 minutes one way and then 10 minutes back. So we'll go see. Hopefully there's some water going over. Gotta get suited up for this. Really. Right from the start, this is a really pretty hike. There's some wildflowers, and we think we saw an indigo bunting, but he flew off too far to get any good footage or to get a good look at him. Maybe we'll see more. What's there?
I think there's a couple baby turkeys.
Really? Where are they?
They scurried off over this way.
Oh, so we can't see them anymore.
Yeah.
Hopefully this isn't the water that feeds the falls. It is so peaceful out here. It's Really nice. In keeping with our track record, we went the wrong way. I looked at the sign back there and it said what number trail is to the falls, so we followed that and we just didn't check the map. We just kept following the main trail. And then we're like, I think we've gone too far. We don't have any waterfalls. So we looked at the map and sure enough, we came the wrong way. We missed the turnoff, so now we're gonna have to check the map on our phone as we hike to actually see the waterfalls. But it's been nice and it's been an easy hike. So there's that.
So what I think really happened is Audra knew exactly what she was doing, and she was like, I'll trick that fat guy into taking extra steps. I'm on to you.
So according to the map, we should have gone before the bridge. And this is the source for the waterfall. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like a little trickle. But I guess we'll find out. My guess is that this used to be the sign for the waterfall. Very helpful.
So, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm a dum-dum. So, I'm going to independently verify that we're going in the right direction this time. So we're that funny looking blue dot, and we want to get to that funny looking red dot. I think so. The waterfall does not look promising. Well, this looks like it's it. The main attraction.
Well, you win some and you lose some. There is a little bit of water, but it's like a trickle. There it is in all its glory, Swayze Falls. I had read online that sometimes it gets dried up, but there's been rain recently, so based on what I had seen, I thought we'd see a little bit more of the waterfall. But you can just imagine what it would look like with water flowing over. So this sign says, Swayze Falls is also known as Dry Falls. Over the past 200 years, the removal of the surrounding forest has changed the runoff pattern of the stream. Runoff now occurs quickly after a rainstorm or when snow melts in the spring. Within a few days, the stream flow decreases and may actually disappear, and the fall goes dry. Lunchtime. We're making some of our own special salsa today. Haven't done this in a long time. We just take a jar of salsa, corn, black beans, and then doctor it up a little bit. Usually I put cilantro in, but I don't have any of that. But I do have some cumin. We made it back to the Niagara Falls area, this time to explore the Canadian side. We drove around a bit to reacquaint ourselves with the lay of the land, since it had been over 20 years since we were here last. The area certainly is a big draw for families from all over the world, and this area, known as Clifton Hill, is definitely a tourist trap, with attraction after attraction and people everywhere. What an absolute tourist trap. Our landscape has changed a little bit. We're now not out in the country off a rural road. We're now in Niagara Falls, where everywhere you have to park. We're doing a little reconnaissance.
Everywhere you have to pay to park.
Yes, you have to pay to park. We're doing a little reconnaissance because we've read on Overlander that some people park at Marineland, and There is tons of parking here. So we were just trying to get a feel for it and see what we think about that. It's hard to know during the day, but we were just checking it out. We're down at the southern end of the Niagara Falls area. Trying to figure out a plan for the rest of the day and tonight and tomorrow. Arrived in touristy Niagara Falls on the Canada side, and even just driving through, it's pretty cool seeing the mist and the waterfalls in the distance. We were here 26 years ago for our honeymoon in January. It was much different then.
Yep.
There wasn't nearly as many people, and it was cold. So we're really looking forward to checking it out this time and seeing it in the summertime. But first we have to find parking. Now, it's raining, so it's probably good that we haven't found a parking spot yet and that we weren't outside. Hopefully this will pass and we can continue our fun.
Well, it looks like the rain has set in just a little bit, so we're going to hopefully wait it out. And but this is where we're going to leave you for this video. You'll have to tune back in to see how we fare with overnight parking and what we decide to do on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls.
We're looking forward to exploring. We've gotten a little bit of lay of the land to see where things are, and now we're looking forward to seeing it all.
Until next time, thanks for watching. We love hearing from you, so drop us a comment.
Hit that like button.
Subscribe.
See you next time.
See ya.